In this tutorial, we are going to learn about the add event listener method in JavaScript. The add event listener method sets up a function that will be called when an event happens. So here is a syntax. It's going to take element dot, then we are going to use the keyword as add event listener. It is going to take two parameters. First one is an event type, the second one is a listener function. Here this event type is nothing but a string representing an event type. It can be a click event, change event, mouse over event, key press event. It can be anything. So this listener function is nothing but it is going to be called when this particular event fires. So this is how add event listener would work. So let me give you this simple example how this add event listener method can be used in JavaScript. So let me just use the same example that we have used. So let me say I'm going to create a button variable btn. I'm going to say document.getElementById. So let's say the ID is btn in this case for the button. Remember, before what we have done, we have said btn dot on click, right? So instead of using the event in straight away, we are going to use the method as an add event listener, which is going to take two parameters. One is going to be an event type, whatever the event, it can be on mouse, on click. As I said, there is a different type of events. It's going to take that event type and then the listener function, right? So let me say what is the element here? Element is nothing but the same variable here that we are storing. So this is an element, right? So btn dot add event listener as a method is going to take two parameters. First one is an event. So in this case, let me just say click event. Okay. Then the next one is we are going to have the listener function. The function that will be called when this particular event is fired, right? So here I'm just going to say this function is just going to return, just say maybe an alert box saying button click, whatever. I hope you have understood what I mean, right? So this add event listener function would take two parameters. First one is an event. So when this event happens, this is a function is going to be fired, right? So what is the use of this add event listener? Any number of event handlers can be added to a single element without overwriting existing event handler. This is a major use of using this add event listener method in JavaScript. Most commonly people they use add event listener function. The reason is simple, because you can add an event to the function. In case if you want to remove that event, there is a function name called remove event listener that can help us to remove the events that we have already set up. So this add event listener is the most commonly used event method in JavaScript, because this add event listener is simple, especially if you want to reuse the code, as well as if you want to stop that event listener, there is a method name called remove event listener that can be used to stop a particular event. So mostly people prefer to use this add event listener method than the normal method that we have seen in the previous tutorial. Now all you need to do is you have to create a button with an ID of btn, right, so that it would work as expected. So let me create a button here. So we need to have an ID of btn. Let me just say click me. Let me save and refresh. You would see how it's going to work. So when I click, it's going to just give us a message called button click. So one thing that you should know, this add event listener method is going to take two parameters. One is an event type, another one is a listener function. So here you're going to pass the events that you want to perform. Here you're going to write the actions for that event, right? So this add event listener is more useful because any number of event handlers can be added to a single element without overwriting an existing event handlers. So this is how people they mostly prefer to use add event listener method. In the next tutorial, we can see more events that are found in the JavaScript. As for now, thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button.